When we're working on our vision, there's often a brake put on because there's a part of us that just doesn't want to do the work. We feel a sense of frustration, particularly as entrepreneurs, when we know there's things we can delegate to other people, but we don't want to because we know it's something we really have to figure out. We're the best ones suited to doing it. It's core to the business, or it's part of what's needed to figure out to take things to the next level and have a bigger impact. There's a lot of personality assessments out there, and I think they're helpful. What I found for me is having one word that is part of, allows me to connect into something inside myself that already exists, was more helpful than taking a personality assessment and being told what I am. It just never worked for me. We have an inner system inside ourselves. It's very, very complex. For the entrepreneur who wants to leave what I call the ordinary world of life, the ordinary plane of life behind, and make a leap up into the magical world of life, where you've elevated what your potential is in the world. You've moved beyond external results into inner power and taking responsibility for the elevation of humanity, not just creating a vision and realizing it because you like doing that kind of work. We're going way beyond that here. This is top 1% of entrepreneurs. Very few people are going to do this, what I'm talking about, and very few people will need this approach to access this power inside themselves that is unlimited in potential. There are 5 different, what I call portals, that when you open up, you've got like this energy center inside yourself that's wide open. And now you're able to do what you've always wanted to be able to do. And I'm going to explain in personality. So the others are mission, vision, then personality, then action, and then patterns. So we'll talk about personality in a different way than maybe you've seen as you've learned about personality tests and types. What we're talking about here is when you know which one of the 12, when opened, allows you to make an impact on the state of the world, where you are able to do great things as an ordinary person beyond anything you thought was possible. When that personality is opened and you embody it in everything that you do, things change. Now you've got to have the mission, you've got to have the vision, you've got to have the action approach that you like, you have to have the pattern understood very well. You have to have what I call the 5 keys, which include open aperture focus, which is a way of moving through the world where opportunities right in front of you come to you. You don't push for things, make things happen. You stop making things happen. And surrender to what Gandhi calls the little tyrant within, which is the only voice he listened to. You're the only one who knows what you should be doing. And detachment from outcomes, because often if we get the things we want, it prevents us from doing the thing we really want to do, to get what we really want. That's a paradox that is a natural law. So in personality, we're opening that up so we are able, on a recurring basis, to bring that out into the world. And other people will respond to you in a different way when you do this, when you embody this. So look at this graphic here and figure out which one you are. And then think about what you're actually doing throughout the day. Are you fragmenting your energy across this chart by trying to be different things that you're not? The danger in that is you just put on a big parking brake and held yourself back. Think about it like this. If you're a stabilizer and you embody that energy, people around you feel, when they're in your presence, a sense of stability inside themselves. You have opened up what you are, a part of what you are, and that opens up a part of what they need or lack. If someone doesn't feel stable and they meet a stabilizer who's embodying that energetic part of themselves that is them, it's part of their true nature and who they really are, you just gave a gift to the person who feels a lack of stability. Imagine if you lined that up with your business. A maverick. If you're a maverick, there are people who are waiting for you to not blaze a trail, but to come up with a new way of thinking and doing something that will help them get out of their ordinary way of thinking, whatever has been trapping them. They know they're deluding themselves. They know they're stuck in belief systems. They know, without even knowing it, that what they were taught was wrong for them. They took on other people's belief systems. That's what I mean by everything we were taught is wrong. Everything we were taught is wrong until we examine what's in our minds. The maverick helps people do that. If you're a maverick, your company needs to be a maverick company. You are the company. What's inside you comes out in the form of the company. If it doesn't, you're holding back and you'll never enter the top 1%. A trailblazer, someone who goes where no one has gone yet. Not everybody needs to do that. Bill Gates was not a trailblazer. Was Steve Jobs a trailblazer? I don't know. He could have been one of these other ones, but maybe if he was a trailblazer and he found a new way to build products and deliver those products to the world, he embodied his personality power and brought that out through the company. And that personality type is still there. People criticize of Bill Gates. Why aren't you a trailblazer? Why didn't you see mobile coming? Why didn't you see the internet coming? Because he's not a trailblazer. What is he? I don't know what he is. He's maybe an expert. Is he an organizer? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to illustrate this to make a point. A sage. I run into people who just know things and they can't not tell me. And I've learned when I'm in the presence of a sage to shut up and listen. They know more than I could ever know about everything that I care about that is in their domain of expertise. A sage can see things that others can't see in terms of understanding the application of those things and how to explain it. If you are a sage, you need to be doing that all the time. It will give you energy, and the people around you will benefit because they are confused. Other people may not like you and feel like you're opinionated. Those aren't your people then. When you open up your sage energy, if you're a sage, the people who need that information will come to you and your company will take off in a different way than it is taking off now if you have a successful company, because you will be operating like a top 1% entrepreneur. An expert, different from a sage, but related, is the individual who has mastered the nuances and intricacies of a particular domain of knowledge. Their company is a company that provides an expertise in a particular area that is so profound and so detailed and so specific and so helpful and supportive that no one can touch them. When they embody that expert energy and they bring that into their company, in MIT, in the robotic lab, Warsaw, Indiana, with hip replacement technologies. Nobody can touch these people anymore. Hazleton with drug rehab in Minnesota. You can do this too on your own scale. Whatever your personality type is, you can bring it out and be something big and important. It doesn't matter how big or important it is in terms of the external measurement of it. That doesn't matter. It's your own internal measurement. That's all that matters. The Harmonizer, the type of personality and the company that allows the duality of life to function effectively. Everything's a pair of opposites, up and down, left and right, yin and yang. Everything. The Harmonizer knows this. They don't try to divide. There's no Republican and Democrat to a Harmonizer. The Harmonizer is the middle way. The Harmonizer are people who naturally see the balance. They see the different relationships between dividing elements that should be in a pattern. What do those companies look like? These are companies that give you a feeling of balance. They give you a feeling of security. People who embody this attract people who want a reasonable explanation of something when there's a division that's taken place, where what it should be a duality has been separated into two competing components. If you have that Harmonizer energy, you want to embody that. And people who are sick of factionalism, sick of difference, sick of right and wrong, left and right, will come to you. And this works in every domain of knowledge and entrepreneurial activity. The Motivator. Energy, there's 5 different types of energetic makeup inside yourself. The Motivator energy is usually what's called the energy creator. When they are there, everyone knows. They light up the room. They light up the room. No one else can get on stage and be more of a Les Brown than a Les Brown. Les Brown's a motivator. If I tried to be Les Brown, everyone would leave. I can't even do it in a 20-person Zoom room. I don't try. I don't care. It's not my personality. I had speaking coaches trying to get me to amp up my energy. That is not my energy profile. I'm what's called an energy acceptor. I can see reality immediately of everything around me. I need to lean into that. You need to lean into what you are. It's inside you already. All you have to do is allow it to open up, bring it out into the world in the form of a company. It can be the company you already have. You may have it all worked out already. You want everything to change, open up these energy circles and line them up. An organizer. The Container Store. They embody organization. Are they mavericks, trailblazers, sages, experts, harmonizers? No, they're organizers. It seems obvious now. Was it when it started? No, I'm sure it wasn't. I don't know the story, but I'm sure it wasn't. Somebody in that company embodied their harmonizer personality, leaned into it every day with a passion for organization. and they created something impactful and important that elevated the life of people who are confused and disorganized and can't get their act together. That's impactful. If you have that skill, use it all the time. The entertainer lightens the mood, lifts people's spirits. If you're an entertainer personality, that doesn't mean you have to be in the entertainment business. You could be an accountant. There are accountants that have entertainer personalities. If that's true, are you up on stage talking about the world of small business every day and bringing out your entertainer power personality? You do that, you will enter the top 1% of entrepreneurs in your category of business. No one else can do what an entertainer can do in front of a group of people. The visionary. All entrepreneurs have a visionary capability. Not all entrepreneurs are visionaries. You see the difference? A visionary capability is a thing that you are doing. I'm creating a vision and I want to make it work, and I have this life that I want, I have this company I want to build. That's not a visionary personality. A visionary personality is what you are. It's who you are. I'm a visionary. I'm none of these other things. I don't even try to do any of these other things. I don't try to blaze a new trail. I don't try to be a maverick and disrupt everything. I don't try to be a sage. People may see me that way. I will never be able to understand everything in my domain of interest like a sage could. I'm not trying to be an expert. I can't do it. I've had people try to tell me, niche your product. No, I'm a visionary. I have a vision for top 1% entrepreneurs of moving a very small group of people into this top 1% category so we can change the world and break down the existing power structure in industries that are holding people back. That's what my vision is. It's natural to me. I don't even think about it. You have the same in one of these 12 dimensions of personality. This is your daily life. This is not a personality assessment. There is no test. There is no assessment. You must discover your own personality type. I will not do that discovery with anyone. They must discover their own personality type and embody it on a recurring basis throughout the day and imbue it into everything that they do if you want to be a top 1% entrepreneur and feel a sense of freedom from any externals. You will be the same no matter what happens in terms of your sense of freedom inside your mind and in your imagination and the actions you're taking. A sense of satisfaction that whatever you've built elevates the state of humanity. It's what you're supposed to be doing. It's what you came here to do. 100%, without any doubt, and feeling that nothing is missing. And a sense of personal happiness around knowing you are complete. No matter who is around you or what your life is like, you are complete. And that gives you an opportunity to create the kind of happiness with other people that you've always wanted.